Yeah, but if it's completely blown out, now I'm going to turn on my clip warning, right? There is no clipping here because you lowered it. But if it's completely blown out that you're not pulling any data, what you're pulling is lost data. The clips were too far gone. The highlights were too far gone for now, right? Until AI comes along. When you bring it down, and maybe you could see it here, this is zoomed in as I can get, but if you could picture just looking at this one area, or maybe here, I'll crop it. I'll crop it here. Okay. Boom. What color is that? It's not letting me zoom on it. It's not letting me zoom anymore. What color is this square? What color is it? Now, it is gray. It's a pretty light gray, right? It's fairly light. There is a bit of yellow to it, and that's because your whole frame is too yellow, so it's just bleeding onto that. But my point is it's not white. And if we amp up exposure here, there we go. That's white. Okay? I don't know if that's not clipping. It's not pure white, but it's about as close as you're going to get to pure white. You can see my histogram there. That is no longer gray. Okay? Before, after. So what am I talking about? Let's reverse this thing. Turn off highlight clip warning. This is what I did. This is the after. Now, I wouldn't want it affecting here, so I would maybe take a brush. What I've essentially done is probably brought it to what you had before your settings, before your tweaks. This is probably what you took and you were like, oh, Yosef's going to yell at me. This is too bright. It's clipping. Even though it's not clipping, it's actually clipping down here. But here, let's change this. Let me take a brush because it's just bugging me. Click on brush. Go to highlights, 70 something, whatever that was. And what in the world? Oh, there we go. Caps lock was on. And I'm just going to brush that on. We're going to go back to our settings and bring highlights back down. Okay. So what you did is you brought highlights down, and it made this white into a muddy gray because the data wasn't there. You couldn't bring it down like our church before with the mountains. The sky, actually, we could bring down a bit. And we tinted it blue, and it looked much better. But when we tinted down, actually, there was clouds there because it wasn't in the sun. The sky was bright, but it wasn't in the sun. As soon as you're shooting in the sun, you're not going to be able to rescue that, to bring that back. That data is gone. So in that case, I would say don't bring it down to a muddy gray. You're not getting details back. Don't just bring down your highlights. For my eye and those with experience, they'll spot it right away. They'll just spot it like, oh, you tried to bring it down, but it's a muddy gray. It doesn't look good. It looks fake. Whereas this, it actually looks real because this is the way it would look if you shot in the sun. It's just the way it would look right now. So to my eye, before, after, I think this looks better. Again, before, this is what I'm spotting. This kind of muddy gray. It's gray, right? It's a lighter gray, but it's not white. And here, white, I mean, still a bit yellow because your whole thing is yellow. It just looks more natural. Blown out, perhaps, even though it's not actually blown out. Too bright, perhaps. Lack of detail, yeah, but you had a lack of detail anyways. Better than this muddy gray lack of detail. And I'll just lower this color temperature a bit. Just to, yeah. Cool shot regardless. Okay.